Mapayapang hapon, Pilipinas! Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, si Lisa Macuja Elizalde, na bumabati sa lahat ng nakikinig sa DZRH Radio at sa mga nanonood sa DZRH TV, lalo na sa ating mga kasamahang alagad ng sining at kultura sa buong bansa. Reading is not just a skill, it is a powerful tool for nation building. Sa isang bansang gaya ng Pilipinas, ang pagkakaroon ng mataas na antas ng national readership ay mahalaga upang maitaguyod ang isang informed, critically aware, and empowered citizenry. Ang pagbabasa ay hindi lamang nagbibigay ng impormasyon, ito ay nagtutulak rin ng kritikal na pag-iisip, ng pagiging malikhain at ng makahulugang pakikilahok sa mga usaping panlipunan. Sa pamamagitan nito, nagiging bahagi ang bawat Pilipino, bata man o batanda, mula man sa lungsod o probinsya, ng mas malawak na diskursong humuhubog sa kinabukasan ng ating bansa. Institutions like the National Book Development Board recognize that fostering a reading culture is not a luxury, but a necessity. Kaya naman ang kanilang mga programa ay may layuning gawing accessible ang pagbabasa sa bawat Pilipino. By promoting Filipino books and supporting local authors, the NBDB aims to ignite a collective love for literature. Isang mahalagang hakbang tungo sa pagbuo ng mas matatag at maunlad na lipunan. Kaya't huwag kayong aalis. Sa hapong ito, samahan ninyo kami sa kalahating oras ng masaya at makabuluhang kwentuhan kasama ang Executive Director ng National Book Development Board na si Charis Aquino Tugade. Magbabalik ang Art to Art pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art to Art.
Tinesting, sinuri, siniyasan. Ang resulta? Super effective ang Shield sa pagpatay ng bakterya at virus. Shield Antibacterial Soap. Believe ang mga eksperto sa Philippine Nurses Association. At si Mami.
Tiwala ako sa Shield.
Shield Antibacterial Soap. Napatunayang mabisa. Ang mga nurse, tiwala.
Hello, Washi! Laundry day na naman!
Yay! Anong meron?
Mancha ng chocolate, putik, may libag pa!
Kaya natin yan! With Pride Washing Machine Detergent, may triple stain-away formula. Tanggal ang makapit, madikit, at madupit na dumit mancha. Kaya easy-easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon!
All you need is pride. All you need is pride. ACS.
Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Art to Art.
Nandito pa rin tayo sa Art to Art at kasama natin sa hapong ito ang kasalukuyang Executive Director ng National Book Development Board na si Ms. Charis Aquino Tugade. Magandang hapon, Charis.
Magandang hapon, Miss Lisa. Thank you so much for having me.
And welcome to Art to Art.
Salamat po.
Well, okay, hindi ito ang unang pagkakataon ng National Book Development Board to be featured sa Art to Art. I think medyo mga 3 episodes na kami in the past.
Yes po, thank you sa support.
With the NBDB. Actually, I think the first time was way back in 2008 or 2007. Then, Executive Director Andrea Pasion Flores. If my memory serves me right, we were talking about yung Tulaan sa Tren
Yes,
project.
that was a great project.
Yeah, and I remember I read a poem para sa programang ito. So naging bahagi ito naging bahagi ako ng proyektong ito. Pero syempre, that was more than many years ago. Okay, so napakarami ng developments of the NBDB since then. Before we go into that, balikan muna natin ang mandato ng National Book Development Board. What is the role of the NBDB sa pagpapalaganap ng reading culture sa Pilipinas?
Yes, so yung NBDB, medyo funny yung name po kasi National Book Development. We actually don't develop any books po. What we do is we develop the publishing industry. Essentially, para kami DTI for books. So we are in charge to grow the entire industry. And what does this industry include? It includes the trade book sector, which are the books that you read for fun, the fiction, nonfiction, and also the textbook sector. So we're also in charge of growing that and ensuring that all the stakeholders are involved, empowered, and are able to create the best for the Philippine public. So these include your authors and illustrators, they're part of our stakeholders, the publishers, of course, yung mga distributors natin, so your bookstores, and the people in charge of putting the books in all of the different islands. So,
I see. Okay. Not an easy task.
no, not very easy.
Well, so, Cherise, isa sa mga proyektong inilunsad under your watch ay ang Philippine Book Festival na nagsimula noong 2023, 2 years ago.
Yes.
And this year, gaganapin nito sa darating na March 13, 14, 15, 16 sa Mega Trade Hall ng SM Mega Mall. So, paano nagsimula ang proyekto and what makes it different from other book fairs?
What makes it different? Wow, okay. What makes us different is we focus on solely Filipino books. You know, about 3 years ago, we had a conversation with DepEd. We're an attached agency of DepEd, the NBDB. And we were looking, DepEd they were set to buy books for all of the libraries under the Department of Education. And we looked at the DO, their department order, and it was great, you know, they're going to buy all of these books. Pero may nakita kami, and ito, we saw a list, the list of books to purchase. So DepEd and the NBDB worked together and looked at this list, and we noticed that this list was mostly foreign books. So these foreign books, it's great to have books from all around the world, but if you have mostly foreign books that focus on winter, spring, summer, or fall, or mga Goldilocks and the Three Bears, how about our children, our brown children that live in a perpetual summer? How can they resonate with that? So what we did, we changed. We worked on the policy to I guess revise this memo and ensure that there's agency for our publishers, for our authors, and so that they can create books for our children and the books that our children need. So we changed that policy and we created a policy to focus on purchasing books for Filipino children in the languages that they speak, in the culture that they understand. So yun po, so that's why we set up the Philippine Book Festival, so that the Department of Education and other institutional buyers that are buying books for our children, they have a marketplace. Kasi mahirap to look for Filipino books in our own stores.
Yes.
It's difficult. So if I wanted to buy a children's book or a book on pre-colonial history, where do you go? Right? Now it's starting to everyone na may mga websites, pero it's still difficult. It's easier for you to go to Amazon and buy a book in Amazon.
That's true.
But how about here? So we wanted to set up a marketplace and we wanted to encourage families, right? Because children are on their phones. Not only children, mommies are on their phones, yayas, daddies, whoever, we're all on our phones. So parang yung feeling na you go to a bookstore, you smell the book, and engage. That's what we want. We want that
You
excitement.
turn the pages.
Yeah, you turn
of
the
book.
pages. So parang
You look at the end.
all of that feeling, di ba? Our kids don't have that. So parang, you know, we wanted to engage the community and make it so fun and exciting and parang party, parang fiesta. So yun, so that's what we did. So that's why we have the Philippine Book Festival. It's our 3rd year na po.
Yes.
And I'm proud to say that last year, I just want to talk about sales kasi no one really talks about sales, but we had
Sales is the most important
the
thing.
most important thing,
Okay.
right? But we had a 650 million
Wow.
in sales, institutional sales from the last PBF the last year.
Wow.
Yes, I am so proud. so proud.
Congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. Yes.
Yun po, and it not only the sales but the engagement of the authors and the illustrators and the children that go there. My daughter went there, parang there's a book called Birds of the Philippines. She waited for the author pa, nagpasign pa siya, Birds of the Philippines. And it's a very technical book, pero she was so happy, right, to see that. And we want our children to know our authors. It can't be foreign authors lang.
Syempre naman.
Dapat
syempre
authors
naman.
natin.
Oo. So we're talking about books, not just in Filipino and Tagalog. In Tagalog or English, but other languages,
Yes.
other dialects as well,
Of
no?
course.
Oo,
Ilocano,
Mhm.
Maranao. There's so many languages that have not been touched even. You know, have you seen any book in Umayong Nun? There's none.
No.
So parang how do we, we need to empower our children. The only way to do that is they need to see themselves in the media that they consume. And
Yes, oo.
it's difficult.
Kailangan nakaka-identify sila talaga.
Opo.
Oo,
It's
oo.
hard. Hindi nila, so parang pag nakikita nila laging blonde yung hair sa mga libro, they will want to leave. And that's what has happened.
Okay, so ano naman ang dapat abangan ng mga nagbabalak dumalo sa Philippine Book Festival next month?
Okay.
What are the highlights of this event?
Okay, yung mga highlight po, so again, it's March 13 to 16 sa Mega Mall. So first of all, a highlight is it's at the ball. Right? No, I'm just joking. So yung highlight is every day, starting March 14. March 13 is more on institutional buyers. Starting March 14, marami pong authors and illustrators na meet and greet. So you can meet your favorite
yes,
authors.
oo.
There's Doc Luis, who is one of my favorite children's authors. He's going to be there.
Guest namin siya last week
Yes
sa
po.
programa namin.
Yes po, favorite ko siya. And then you have Ambeth Ocampo, you have the romance writers that everyone loves romance. So they're all there. Yung mga komikeros, si Manix Abrera, si Sir Paul Medina of Pugad Papa, he will be there. So yan po, aside from that, there's mga learning modules, there's storytelling for kids. So it's going to be packed every hour on the hour, may program tayo. And of course, you can buy your favorite books and may discounts
yeah.
for everyone. And performances po. So just
Okay.
every day is an unfolding of excitement.
Wow! Alright, so aabangan natin yan. Well, speaking of book festivals, malaking karangalan para sa Pilipinas na maimbitahan bilang guest of honor sa Frankfurt Book Fair na gaganapin ngayong Oktubre. Ibahagi mo naman sa amin kung paano tayo nabigyan ng oportunidad na ito, how did this opportunity come about, at ano ang kahalagaan ng recognition na ito para sa ating literary at cultural representation sa international stage.
Yes. So, I don't know if I said this earlier, but our goal is to really saturate our own market. But we can also saturate the international market because our stories are worth it. And our work, our illustrations are worth it, and people are starting to recognize that. No? A few years back, our previous board, sina Karina Bulasco, Neni Santa Romana, Ani Almario, with the help of Senator Legarda, Lauren Legarda, who is our OG cultural mother, who has been very supportive and trying to push the Philippines to be guest of honor in Frankfurt Book Fair. And the Frankfurt Book Fair is the largest book fair in the world. Pero hindi siya retail na, I'll buy your book. No, it's a rights fair, meaning I buy the book. For example, you get this Alandal. I get the book and I see what's inside, and I buy the rights. So I buy the rights for translation, or they can also buy it. So this Alandal, specifically this title, it's translated into, I think, 4 or 5 languages already, because people had bought the rights to it. It can also be people can also buy rights for musicals, for ballets, for theater, for movies. So that's what that fair is. It's the largest in the world. There's about 7,000 exhibitors. So we had pushed to be guest of honor. In 2022, I had a meeting. We had a series of meetings with Jürgen Boos, who's the president of Frankfurt Book Fair, and we started pitching. So we would, like a regular pitch, a marketing pitch, showing him why they should choose the Philippines and why we're so important and why our story is valuable. So it just worked out that they were interested in what we have to offer, and the publishing industry is ready, and we have the support of our legislators like Senator Lauren Legarda, who really is our voice and kind of visionary for all of this. So it worked out. We were given the guest of honor go signal in Davao during the Philippine Book Festival. So we're set to be there from October 15th to 19th.
Okay.
It's huge.
Yeah, it is huge. May I know what was the pitch that clinched it?
The pitch that clinched it, I think, is they saw how diverse we were in terms of our stories and in terms of the universality of our stories. Even if it was, about a young girl in kind of, a tropical island in the middle of nowhere. It resonated. And there's a keen interest in the way we illustrate. Apparently, is very interesting. Our use of color, the colors, and the way our illustrations. Someone said, "Oh, it's like your manga." No, but you're not manga.
Yeah.
It's something else. So
Yeah.
we have something else to offer, and they saw that. And of course, we put it in a pretty package. We have, a bid book, which really plots out all of our plans for the fair. And so now we have a 2,000 square meter pavilion where we will highlight the best of the Philippines. We're bringing in more than 120 creatives to the fair. And
More than 120 creatives.
120.
Wow. Okay. Sino-sino ang mga inaasahang dumalo bilang kinatawan ng Pilipinas sa Frankfurt Book Fair?
It's a secret.
Sikreto pala.
It's a
Okay.
secret. We will launch it soon after po our show, actually.
All right, okay.
After our show, we will let you know, because it's quite a rigorous task of nominating and applying and ensuring that that all the pieces are together. So it does take some time. So yes, it will be a secret, I think, up until the end of February.
Okay. All right. Well, marami pa po tayong pag-uusapan kasama si NBDB Executive Director Charis Aquino Tugade. Dito pa rin sa Art to Art, magbabalik po kami pagkatapos na ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art to Art. Schedule ng mga inaabangang konsyerto. Update sa mga magagandang panoorin sa mga tanghalan at teatro. Narito na ang Art to Art Calendar.
Narito ang ating arts calendar. Sa sining visual, bilang pagdiriwang ng National Arts Month at pagpaparangal kay national artist Napoleon V. Abueva, isinasagawa ng National Museum of the Philippines Bohol ang Abueva in Motion 30-second Reel Challenge. Inaanyayahan ang lalahok na gumawa ng short-form video ukol sa pamana ni Abueva at sa pagpauli exhibition kung saan makikita ang piling kagamitan at obra ng tinaguriang Father of Modern Philippine Sculpture. Ang deadline ng pag-submit ng entries ay sa February 27. Para sa karagdagang detalye, bumisita sa Facebook page ng museo. Ang National Museum sa Bohol ay matatagpuan sa Old Capitol Complex, Carlos P. Garcia Avenue, corner J.S. Torralba Street, Tagbilaran City. Inihahandog ng Museo ng Muntinlupa ang exhibit ng batikang printmaker at painter na si Phil de la Cruz na pinamagatang Tinahak. Magbubukas sa February 27 sa Changing Art Gallery. Ito'y nagtatampok sa mga obrang gumagamit ng mga indigenous symbols at ethnic imagery na tatak ng naturang artist. Ang Museo ng Muntinlupa ay matatagpuan sa Centennial Avenue, Barangay Tunasan. Bukas ito mula alas 10 ng umaga hanggang alas 4 ng hapon, Lunes hanggang Sabado. Sa kultura, isang hapon na puno ng sining at kultura ang masasaksihan sa pagtatapos ng pambansang buwan ng mga sining. Makisaya sa Pinid ang opisyal na pagsasara ng pagdiriwang ngayong February 26, alas 4 ng hapon sa Metropolitan Theater, Manila. Para sa karagdagang detalye, bumisita sa social media pages ng National Commission for Culture and Arts.
Tinesting, sinuri, siniyasan. Ang resulta? Super effective ang Shield sa pagpatay ng bakterya at virus. Shield Antibacterial Soap. Believe ang mga eksperto sa Philippine Nurses Association. At si Mami.
Tiwala ako sa Shield.
Shield Antibacterial Soap. Napatunayang mabisa. Ang mga nurse, tiwala.
Hello, Washi! Laundry day na naman!
Yay! Anong meron?
Mancha ng chocolate, putik, may libag pa!
Kaya natin yan! With Pride Washing Machine Detergent, may triple stain-away formula. Tanggal ang makapit, madikit, at madupit na dumit mancha. Kaya easy-easy ang labada.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon!
All you need is pride. All you need is pride. ACS.
Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Art to Art.
Andito pa rin tayo sa Art to Art at kasama pa rin natin ang Executive Director ng National Book Development Board na si Ms. Charis Aquino Tugade. Okay, Charis, noong November 2024, nag-convene ang NBDB ng kauna-unahang National Alliance of Reading Advocates Conference o NARA. Ano ang naging key outcomes ng conference and paano ito makakatulong sa pag-address ng reading crisis sa bansa?
Yes, what we're
The
trying...
crisis is real, no?
The crisis is real. You know, we did a survey of adults and children, and we asked, have you read a book in the last year? That's not mandated for you to read. It's not a textbook, just a book that you read for fun. And only, I think about 40% said that they read at least one book. But that's not good.
That's not
For
good.
children, it's a little bit higher because they have, SRA, they have programs where they read in school. A little bit higher only, about 60%. But the proof is in the numbers. You can tell that our children are not reading enough and
Survey ba ito ng buong bansa?
Yeah, survey
Or-
ng buong
okay.
bansa. But also if you look at the PISA scores, we're scoring very low in our testing, and that just goes to show that the critical component that children should have, not all of the children have it. So we really need to start working together as mothers, as communities, to address this, because school will only give you their textbooks.
Yes.
Essentially. And textbooks are not that exciting to read. So as communities, we have to start figuring ways in order to get children to read. So we conceptualized NARA. And NARA is essentially a way of getting all of the reading organizations together.
Yeah. So, sino-sino yung mga partner organizations ninyo
We
sa
have
NARA?
about 110 organizations.
Wow.
Because
That's
there's
a
so
lot. Yeah.
many, from Luzon to Mindanao, and asking them, what are your projects? What are you doing? How can we put all of our calendars together and see where we can align and look at the redundancies? Kasi, you know, in the Philippines, maraming projects. Lahat. May reading, may donation. Pero walang nag-uusap. And you know this, it's a problem, right? We all like to do our own thing and then we don't talk, you're doing this pala. Oh, you have budget pala. And so yun. So aligning calendars, budgets, and putting that together and trying to see. So now that's what they're doing. So NARA meets once or twice a month and kind of works together on those projects and to see how we can So a project that we do at NBDB is the Book Nook. All right, and it's a way to address the reading problem. So the Book Nook, we started it during COVID, and what we did is we realized people in COVID it's difficult to go to libraries, but families don't like to go to libraries. They don't. It's not a thing like in the US or in And the reason being, I mean, this is really my personal opinion, is that many libraries, museums, they're colonial spaces. If you're a nanay and 7 yung anak mo nakachinelas, you're not going to be let in. You know, your children are allowed there, you're not going to be let in. So
may
people,
dress code ang mga library natin.
Yeah, dress code, and not just libraries, but a lot of spaces, you know. It has to be formal. But if you're in the province, you're a mom and you're a farmer, how can you do that? So you need spaces that are comfortable to you. So what we did is we created those spaces and we filled it with Filipino authored books. So essentially the reading centers, but they're not, they could be in library, they could not. But if a community wants to take care of a space, as long as they have the space, we fill the books and we train the community how to do arts management, reading with families, all of that. So now we put it in mostly indigenous areas. So you have in Kiangan, Ifugao, you have it in Sitangkay, Tawi-Tawi.
Wow.
And everything in between. We already have 113
That's
sites.
amazing.
Yes. So not all of them are successful. Many are. So it's still kind of a work in progress, but we really try to ensure that, the community has agency in the books that they read, and the children are excited about, okay, my story that's about me, and it also encourages them to write. So yun, it's another way. It's not kind of like the school, you have to do this. No, it's a fun space for everyone where they're comfortable.
Okay.
So that's what we do, and now we're mobilizing all the NARA community partners to kind of use those spaces.
Yeah.
Kasi we have 113
Oo
na.
naman, oo naman. So paano pwedeng makasapi sa alyansang NARA?
NARA, okay.
Is it open only to organizations or pwede din mga individuals?
Individuals po. So individuals that just want to help and want to volunteer, we're here. We can do it if you want to volunteer for the book nook, if you want to do a reading program, or a ballet piece, we don't mind.
Okay.
Yes, for the children, and kind of, we're open to everyone, and we actually have, if anyone wants to apply for the book nook, it's actually open. We're opening 22 sites this year. So yun po, it's open.
Okay. Naalala ko talaga yung paggawa namin ng 3 ballet, ng 3 kwento ni Lola Bashang with Anvil Publishing as partners. That was many years ago, pero naging hit yung ballet, so paulit-ulit siya at nagkaroon pa ng sequel, 3 pang kwento ni Lola Bashang. So yeah, definitely another ballet from a book, why not?
Yes po. Thank
Talking
you.
about another event though, it's closely tied up with the NBDB, ang National Book Awards, which you organize in partnership with the Manila Critics Circle. What distinguishes the National Book Awards from other literary recognition platforms dito sa Pilipinas?
I think with the National Book Awards, this one is because we're a government agency, so it's quite different, right? And the way it's judged, and it's with the Manila Critics Circle. So there's more categories, and I think it's one of the most important awards for an author, for an illustrator, so I mean, all of the awards are fantastic. So because I'm with the NBDB, of course, I will say that. Yun po.
And how do you choose the awardees for the
book?
Yeah,
okay.
for the book.
So per category, we have a set of judges, and they're very meticulous. They go through all of the books per category, and then they talk amongst themselves, and there's an eligibility rating, the technical requirements, so it's quite a rigorous process. And that pretty much is throughout the year. And we do accept nominations for that. And then we do an open call. And then you see the books that are nominated, we get the specific set of judges. And these judges are not the same every year. Of course, you'll get different sets of judges.
Yes.
And and then it will be in November. This November.
Okay, well, aabangan natin yan. And balita naman namin also na ang NBDB ay nagbibigay ng publishing grants.
Yes po.
Wow, hanggang 200,000 pesos para sa mga Filipino authors. Ano ang proseso ng pagpili ng grantees at paano makakapag-apply ang ating mga aspiring writers na nakikinig sa atin ngayon o nanonood sa atin ngayon?
So, yung proseso po ay unang-una dapat NBDB registered. So, how does one become NBDB registered? Meron po tayong application sa website natin, www.books.gov.ph. Very easy. Books.gov.ph. Type it in and may free registration po. And all you need to do is to show that you're an actual author. So, not even an author na publish, kahit manuscript lang. You can upload that and put it in your information, and then we send you a registration certificate.
Okay.
So, this certificate, essentially, para siyang, that is your key to open the door. And inside that door po, marami pong grants. So, one of it is the publication grant.
I see.
So you can apply for publication grant. Meron rin po tayong mga translation grants. If you want to translate your title to English, to Filipino, to languages abroad, international, you can also do that. And not only can you apply for those grants, you can apply for Creative Nation grants where you can help upscale. You can upscale. We send you to international programs. You can do programs here. You can set up regional fairs. So it's really kind of all-encompassing. So yan po, all you need to do is just Go to books.gov.ph.
Okay, so you heard it here. Mga aspiring authors dyan, mag-apply na. Okay, bago tayo magtapos, Charis, anyayahan muna natin muli ang ating mga viewers and listeners na dumalo sa Philippine Book Festival next month.
Okay, thank you. We would like to invite all of you po to visit us at the Philippine Book Festival sa Mega Trade Hall in Mega Mall this March 13 to 16. We will have a variety of programs for all of you every hour on the hour, and you can meet your favorite authors and illustrators po, and of course avail of discounts. Again, March 13 to 16 sa Mega Mall.
Maraming salamat sa pagdalaw mo sa aming programa, Charis. Thank you for the very informative updates on the National Book Development Board's latest projects, and of course, congratulations in advance para sa pagiging guest of honor ng Pilipinas sa darating na Frankfurt Book Fair. We know that you will showcase the best of the Philippines that we have to offer in this important event.
Salamat po.
Thank you. Hanggang sa susunod na linggo, samahan ninyo kami ulit dito sa Art to Art, kung saan ang usapang sining at kultura ay para sa lahat. Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, Lisa Macuja Elizalde, nagpupugay sa artistang Pilipino.